Hello, Tides of Time here. I'll be showing you my Welfare Mage. It can basically get away with all of these one-drops because this deck has a lot of draw. And one interesting thing to note is Mirror Image synergizes with a lot of this deck. Mana Worm, Knife Juggler, Dark Iron Dwarf, and Argus. As well as Sorcerer's Apprentice. So this is a really hiddenly strong card in this deck. Leper Gnome, you can just get that early damage in. Arcane Missile is just cheap spell, cheap 3 damage, sometimes 4 damage if you have Zerdrake out. And of course, Mana Worm gets buffed by Arcane Missiles, which is nice. Frostbolt, very standard in any mage deck, powerful spell. Money Berserker, I have this out because it plays around Backstab and SA Agent a bit, in the sense that, it doesn't just simply get one shot. Where the unfortunate thing with this list is these two do get one shot by SA Agent and Backstab, which is a pretty big deal because rogues are, semi-prevalent in this meta right now. But they are very strong cards in this deck. Both of their abilities are a pretty big deal. This deck has a lot of small creatures, so, summoning a minion and dealing 1 damage every time is a pretty big deal. Apprentice, of course, this has a lot of spells: Arcane Intellect, Fireball, Frostbolt, Arcane Missile, Mirror Image. So this is a nice card to have. Loot Hoarder is just for the draw. Same with these two, simply draw. Fireball, pretty standard in any mage deck as well as Frostbolt. A very strong card. Dark Iron Dwarf, I have this in because this deck generally will have a unit on the board by turn 4. And the battle cry is actually pretty strong. It gives you a bit of more damage, a bit more burn, and it's a very scary card to be against when, your opponent has creatures on the field. It's better than a Yeti if you can consistently have a creature on the field, which is this deck's goal. Defender of Argus, I like to have one in. I mean, it helps a bit against the rush decks, and changing your units' HP and attack value can be a huge swing sometimes. Especially like if you do it on Acolyte of Pain, you can get an extra draw in maybe. It basically makes it so if you're ever like racing against a rush deck, it can swing it entirely in your favor because you can just attack their face or something, or you can just make favorable trades, and they have to attack into your taunts, of course. It's a nice one-up to have. I kind of wanted 2 in, but I don't think I can that reliably have 2 units on the board to justify having 2. Water Elemental, probably the strongest mage card. I think irreplaceable in any mage deck, as long as you're running creatures. Water Elemental is a must-have. And Zerdrake, basically have this just for the draw. Of course, it's nice sometimes when you have, spell power out. But yeah, basically just have this for the draw, and it being a big creature. So let's see how it does in a couple of ladder games.